Hi, and welcome to season 2 of Says Who. I'm so excited for my guest today. She is Wendy Braun, and she is an accomplished actress with over 80 IMDb credits, a success breakthrough expert, and the CEO and founder of ActorInspiration.com, where she's helped actors all over the world overcome obstacles and create lasting success. She's currently enjoying her 3rd season, recurring on Netflix Atypical. And, you guys, this is so exciting. She has a free gift for every single one of you who's listening. She's going to help you rock every audition, and a little insider tip, I actually use this also for pitching and for other interviews as well. So you can just go to mygiftfromwendy.com. Hi!
I thought I'd make it easy.
Yeah, it is easy. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me. This is awesome. Congrats on all your awesome work with it.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, so let's get started by saying, tell me a little about yourself.
Well, let's see. I am a born and raised Midwesterner. I am from the northern suburbs of Chicago, where all the John Hughes movies were filmed. In fact, I remember growing up telling my mom, like, you have to take me to the mall. Anthony Michael Hall is going to be there, and I need to meet him. Which is kind of funny because I was very like into, you know, he was like the geeky guy in all the movies, but I felt like he would get me because I was like a tall geeky girl at that time. And so yeah, anyway, then let's see, I went to Indiana University, wanted to go to LA. My dad's like, no 18-year-old of mine's going to Los Angeles. So I went to IU and studied theater and communications, and I came out to LA 5 days before the earthquake, the Northridge earthquake of 1994.
Wow.
Yep, and I called my mom like the minute it happened, and I told her like, I'm fine, we had an earthquake, but I'm fine. And then like all the phone lines died, so that was a good thing. And on the conversation, she was like, oh honey, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna come back? Like, how are you gonna stay? What? And I was like, well, it's 80 out, it's January, and we're watching the pool shake. I am staying, you know? So I stayed, and I've been here ever since. And I've been blessed to be working actor for the last 20 years or so, and now I'm married with 2 kids, and I'm living my best life, I guess is over with it.
I love it.
Yeah, it's been a great ride.
I love it. So, at some point,
Yeah.
you decided you were going to be an actor. Was that something that you knew right away when you were young, or was it something that you kind of came into?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I was 5'10" at age 13, and it kind of looked like this. Like you'd walk around trying in junior high to try to fit in meant like I literally was like the girl who was too tall. And then I have total goosebumps telling this story because I guess it still affects me. But then you know, my mom always said I was like, would dance to the phone. This is back when the phone was on the wall. I would dance to the phone, and I was always like performing, and we would do talent shows, like every time we had a party, it would be like the Braun family talent show, and I would always dance or sing. But I remember being tall and awkward in junior high, and I got cast as the Scarecrow in The Wiz. And I still have goosebumps telling that. I took all that awkwardness and just organically and instinctually used it in the role, and it was like so freeing and so fun to be like, you know, I don't think I knew all that at the time. I just was like, this is fun, you know. I didn't walk around going, I'm so tall and awkward, you know. But looking back, I realized that performing sort of saved my soul at a time where I didn't fit in. And, you know, I think probably a lot of, you know, we're all like the unlicked cub, I think, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my story. So, yeah, 7th grade, Scarecrow in The Wiz, I was sold. But I wasn't like, now I'm going to be a professional actor, you know, that was just really fun. And I continued to do shows and plays and musicals in high school and from there, yeah.
So did you go to school, college for acting, or was that a backup career thing?
You know, I did study theater. I minored in theater and majored in like communications. It was like definitely the parents had an influence maybe, and but it wasn't, I mean, they actually always encouraged me to follow my dreams, but I didn't go to like, you know, a theater school, which for years I was like, oh, I should have gone to Juilliard, or, you know, you do all that math. But I had an amazing college experience that, like choreographing shows and in my sorority and studying theater and doing a lot of performing, you know, so it was a great sort of platform. And then I came back to Chicago and did a ton of, I was dancing at the time, so I studied at Hubbard Street and did a lot of, I was like an intern at a casting office and taking classes. And so I was constantly sort of studying and working on my craft along the way. And actually a casting director who is now a big casting director, she and I were interns back in Chicago, like at Jane Brody Casting. And I went on to become an actress and she went on to become a casting director. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is very cool. So at some point you made that leap to say, now I'm going to Los Angeles. Interesting timing.
Right.
But you did make that leap. Was that a planned thing, or was there an incident that kind of pushed you into, I should go to LA?
You know, I remember walking down the street in like December with a girlfriend of mine, one of my best friends, and you know, I just looked at her and I was like, can you tell me one reason why we live here in Chicago in the freezing cold? And you know, and so, and she moved to New York and I moved to LA, and I realized like I wanted to pursue TV and film and she wanted to pursue like musical theater, and it was in that moment we both like went our separate ways and we're still in those cities. So it was kind of that moment of going, who am I going to be if I continue to stay here? What do I want to do? And my brother had lived out in LA, and so I would visit, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to check this out. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to go. It was very naive, which is probably a really good thing, because if you knew how it would go, you probably wouldn't go.
Exactly, and then you miss out on a lot.
Yes.
So obviously you arrive in Los Angeles and instant success.
Oh yes. You know, it's funny. My girlfriend still jokes with me. I would, back when Backstage was the paper, I would you know, submit to Backstage, and I definitely started gaining a reel of doing like student films, and then I got cast in a lot of indie films, like shorts and independent films that would go on and went to Sundance and all these film festivals. So that's really how I got my start, was doing that, and then I started doing commercials. The longer story is I was turned down by like the top 10 commercial agents. I don't know if you know that. When I first got here, maybe like in 95 or 96. And they all told me no, and I definitely cried in my car on the freeway a lot.
I've done that.
Yeah, and it was just about picking myself up after rejection and getting really good at that. That's why I'm still here. Is like I found a way to master all those moments of like failure and rejection, which I definitely had. It wasn't like I got here and they were all like, come on, this way, you know. So yeah.
One of the things that I think is really great is not only did you kind of master that and learn your how to work your own mindset, but you now are bringing that gift to other people, to other actors, and I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, that has been just like such a gift to me to, you know, I think it's something I've always wanted, to be able to do both. Like I'll be on set and I'll also get an email from someone who just booked a job, whether they're in literally like Switzerland or LA or New York, thanking me for whether it was my audio, like I might get a meditation or my course or something. And to be able to do both, it's like my friend said, she's like, you've been doing this since you were 19. Like you were putting motivational quotes in our sorority. Like I've always been that girl. Like, guys, you know, I was always sort of that leader in that way, and so of taking whatever I learned and letting others know how it helped me, you know, and then it just obviously has morphed over the years, but it's bigger than I could have ever imagined as far as the gift it's given back to me. You know?
That's amazing. That's really wonderful. So was it? You said people recognized you as the motivation, as the sort of good mindset person. Was there a point in your acting career where you made the decision, other people need to know how to do this, or what kind of led you to make the decision to actually be a businesswoman?
Yeah. It's funny. I remember very specifically. I had booked. It was like in 2000. I remember dates really well. I guess it was in 2007, and I was on. I had booked A Perfect Getaway. It was a film, and I went to Puerto Rico to shoot this film with Timothy Oliphant and Steve Zahn. And I was there for a bunch of days, you know, where you work the first day and then maybe you're there 3 days and you have another day. So I had a few days in between, and I had just gotten married, and I told my husband, like, I want to create this website for actors, and he was like, well, when you're there, you know, stay the extra days. Maybe I even stayed days after that, and do it, you know, and he encouraged me to do that. And I was like, I just need as I often still say, I need 3 days in the hotel room to figure this out, just quiet time, So yeah, that's what I basically did. I remember literally going up to the business center where they give you crackers all day and and whatever they'd have. It would be muffins in the morning, and then there'd be a crudité, and I'd be sitting there all day long. People were like, do you need anything else? And I basically just came up with what I wanted Actor Inspiration to be. It was sort of born there. And the funny thing about it is my first logo, I didn't put myself on it because I was very well, Sandra Bullock's not helping anyone else. I can't be an actor and be helping people. It's not what actors do. So I literally, and I have you couldn't find it now, but an old rendition of my website was Actor Inspiration with literally it was the Caribbean. And I was realized it was because I was looking out at the Caribbean the entire time. And then I realized, well, isn't that what every actor wants to be on set, a day off, looking at the Caribbean,
Yes.
So anyway. But it was the ease and flow of it can be easier than we're making it. I did tie in that feeling of what do we really want? What do you want after you get the job? What do you want your life to be? And so anyway, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
You also have a husband and a family.
I do.
Tell me a little bit about the life balance there.
I always say you need a sense of humor and a really good calendar. In my house, this is so businessy, but if it's not scheduled, it's not real. So if we want to do something, whether it's plan a vacation or clean the garage, we have to sit down and say or a lot of times I'm definitely instigating so when are we doing this? When can we put it on the calendar? Because if it's on the calendar, then we get up that day and go, guys, guess what? We're cleaning the garage, or guess what? We're going to Mammoth, so. But my husband's also an actor, so literally every day is what are you doing tomorrow? We live, which gets you very present into just today, because we do plan for vacations and plan for things, but a lot of times it's the minute I get an audition, he's the first person I call and go, I got, an 11 o'clock tomorrow at noon, can you pick up the kids and take, that. And I have a life partner who's on the same page, and we're both very fortunate to, love each other and like each other and work that out every single day. And Thursdays, it's just, it's crazier than others, but we try to make it work, And because of that, we are there for our kids a lot, because we can be home a lot, which I'm really blessed to say I've seen their first steps and I've been there for all of it. But there's also times we're shooting and the other person is hey, lost a tooth, and I'll take a picture of it, So it's really, I think, balancing being present. So then you're not guilty that you're not working, or when you're working, you're not guilty that you're not home. It's trying, and I still work on that. It's not perfect, but it is trying to just be mindful, and even using my own tools. I'll read something and be like, wow, I wrote that, that's really good, I should follow that, Half the reason I'm writing everything is for me to remind myself, and that it's helping actors all over the world is awesome. But a lot of times I'm yeah, I should probably be present and sit for a minute, and then I try to teach them some of those things along the way, without seeming like I'm teaching, of course,
I like that a lot. So, I have no good segue here, but we are going to move into the lightning round.
Okay.
All right.
All righty.
Yay. Wendy, welcome to the lightning round.
Okay.
All right. Tell me, what episodic show should everyone be watching right now?
It's a limited series, but When They See Us is, I think, important viewing for every American.
Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, or all of them?
Netflix! Partly because I'm on it, but yeah, Netflix.
What is your favorite TV show growing up?
Oh, growing up? Three's Company was super fun. Even though my mom didn't really want us to watch it. That made it even more fun.
What book are you reading right now?
I am reading Bryan Cranston's My Life in Parts. I'm so actory, though, so actory answer, but it's really good.
What book are you planning to read next?
I am going on vacation, and I'm going to take The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success with me by Deepak, because that never gets old. It's great beach reading.
What is the last country you visited?
Mexico.
What country would you like to visit if you haven't?
Bali, Thailand.
What is the best gift you've ever received?
This ring from my husband, actually. A surprise ring at Christmas. Yeah. I'll just leave it at that. It's lightning round. I won't tell a long story about the ring. Just the ring.
What is the best gift you've ever given?
I just gave my friend for her 50th birthday a night at Terranea for her and her husband. That was good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a cook are you?
I'm like a 7.5. I'm getting better.
What is your favorite meal to prepare?
I'm really good at Parmesan almond crusted salmon. Thank you. It's so easy. Like, I think now that I have videos on Tasty, I've gotten better because I can see how easy it is. With a side of asparagus and some couscous. Come on over.
Breakfast or no breakfast?
Breakfast. After my celery juice. 20 minutes later. Okay, sorry.
Coffee or tea?
I'm on, it's lightning round. Celery juice, I guess. Tea. Sorry.
What is the last set you were on?
Atypical.
Who is someone that you would love to act opposite of?
Will Smith.
If you could be anyone else for a day, who would that be?
J-Lo on her It's My Party tour.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I would say flying, but my kids would be like, Mom, say teleporting because you could get there way faster, so teleporting.
Do you have a hobby?
Motherhood and container gardening. Succulent gardening. I love succulents and putting them in really pretty pots, and my friends are like, you made that? So yeah, I guess that's my hobby.
What is your favorite band?
My favorite band? I mean, I'm old school. I do love the Eagles.
Do you play an instrument?
I play a little piano.
If you could master one instrument other than the piano, what would that be?
Guitar.
Who was the last person you sent a text to?
My husband.
What is something that makes you laugh no matter what?
Tickling my children, I guess.
What would the title of your autobiography be?
Dream big.
If they were going to make that autobiography into either a film, a television series, or a piece of theater, which one would it be?
A television series.
And who would play you?
Me. I know you ask that sometimes and it's like, if not me, no, that would be so sad because they'd be like, we need a bigger name. I guess Deborah Messing, but me. She'd be my understudy.
What is the best piece of acting advice you were ever given?
Uta Hagen, trust your instincts.
What is the worst piece of acting advice?
Those articles that are like, get inside the casting director's head and try to figure out what they want. Please don't. Just go back to trusting your instincts and just, yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you for your life right now?
I'm like a 9.5. I got a vacation coming up and life is good.
What would you do differently if you were starting out as an actor?
I would worry less and play more.
If there was one thing that you could tell actors who are just starting out, what would it be?
To worry less and play more, probably. yeah, to don't wish you were further along. Don't spend your days saying, I should be further along by now, whether it's the guy, the girl, the career, any of it. Just be in your life and know that you're meant to be where you are, even on the days it's not working out, and you will have a much happier life than beating yourself up for where you think you should have been by now. It's all working out for you.
If someone wrote the perfect part for you, what would it be?
The perfect part that I would perfectly get cast in would be a suburban mom who is it was funny and awkward maybe, but moonlights as a superhero at night.
And finally, what does creativity mean to you?
It means freedom of expression, truth, time going by without you knowing it, total presence, and love, sharing your love. And I think it's what we all actually seek to do, to find. And those of us in this profession, just got goosebumps again, who can find that, whether you're on a set or not, but just find that in your day, you're living a creative life, Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, now we get to move on again.
All right.
We are at the point where I am about to ask you James Lipton's questions from inside the actor's studio. So
I think.
it should be. These are questions I think almost any actor or every actor has sort of been excited about and practiced a little bit. So I'm excited that I get to actually ask them.
Me too.
All right. Wendy, what is your favorite word?
Abundance.
What is your least favorite word?
Cruelty.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Someone who's passionate about what they're doing.
And what turns you off?
Someone who finds negativity and criticism in everything.
What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck! Try not to say it around my kids. But
What sound or noise do you love?
the sound of my children laughing.
And what sound or noise do you hate?
The sound of my children fighting. You can't avoid it. You got to deal, but it's part of the evolution of their bond. So, but okay.
What profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt?
This is the weirdest thing. I would love to work at Mark's Garden and just make gorgeous flower arrangements. Not high-end celebrity weddings that are really stressful, but just in the back. I always think you'd have a table like this and you just make flower arrangements. Yeah, I guess that would be a florist.
What profession would you not like to do?
An accountant.
And Wendy, finally, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
What a beautiful life you lived and what a legacy of love you left.
Like that a lot. Well, Wendy, what a beautiful interview you've given.
Aww.
And I appreciate it very much. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. This